Well, greetings and salutations, Series 7 test takers. This is the Series 7 guru coming to you from my studio in fabulous Las Vegas with an explication request for Kaplan QID 1420610, identifying spreads with missing premiums. This is about the hardest kind of a question you might encounter on your Series 7. If you don't have a Kaplan Q Bank, I highly recommend it. The best free supplement to your page study materials is my YouTube channel. But in terms of paid supplements, if you don't have a Kaplan Q Bank, I recommend that and the quick sheets. My Guru 10 discount code at checkout is will get you 10%. Get a Q Bank for about 60 bucks, quick sheets for about 20. And for that commercial, Kaplan allows me to give you a free look on Kaplan content like this. And which of the long strategies would the investor want the spread? Spread means difference, the difference in the premiums. Like what's the spread in the ball game, the difference in the scores. And we should know that we want the difference to get larger or widen if it's a debit spread. So what we're attempting to do here is identify a debit spread with missing premiums. Now, to answer this, you're going to have to know that lower strike call contracts always have greater premiums, and higher strike put contracts always have greater premiums. You know, a choice to buy at a lower price is more desirable than a choice to buy at a higher price. So, you know, people who sell them know that will charge you accordingly. So, as we see here in Roman numeral 4, we have a 30 call and a 40 call. The 30 call is going to have a greater premium. You also need to know that higher strike put contracts always have greater premiums. Again, if we're looking at this, the choice to sell at 75, a higher price is more desirable. People who know them know that, charge accordingly. So it doesn't matter whether you're long or short. That is the relationship. That is the relationship. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go through. I've taken the liberty here of marking out the stuff that's not pertinent at this point, because what we want to do is look at these premiums. So we have a 30 put and a 25 put. And so we know that the 30 put premium is going to be larger. We have a 45 put and a 55 put. We know the 55 put, the higher strike, is going to have a higher or greater premium. We know the 65 put and the 75 put, the relationship is the higher strike put will have the greater or higher premium. And then we have a 40 call and a 30 call, and the 30 call will have the greater premium. And so now knowing that, we can do the reveal here and see that this is we bought the 30 put and we wrote the 25. So we're going to pay more for the 30 than we did for the 25. And so indeed, this is a debit put spread. And so we know that we need Roman numeral 1 in our answer. This is a debit put spread. Let me put that in a bigger font. And let's go to our next one. So we know the 55 put is going to have a greater premium than 45. So let's do the reveal. Because remember, we're buying and selling. We're net. That's what the premiums are. So in that first one, we paid more for the 30 than we brought in for the 25. Once again, we're buying the higher strike put. Higher strike puts have a greater premium. So we're going to pay more for the 55 than we brought in for the 45. And this too is a debit spread. Debit put spread. By the way, it doesn't matter what's put or call, but if it's a debit spread, remember we want to widen. It means that the difference in the premiums to get larger. You know, another way you can do it is debit is 6 letters and, widen is 6 letters, right? A couple ways to go about it. Or excuse me, it's 5 letters. Got my mnemonics, my memory aids backwards. Anyways, so that's a debit put spread. Okay, so we need Roman numeral 1 and we need Roman numeral 2. All right, let's look at our next one. So again, we wrote the 75. And the 75 put is going to have a greater premium. That's the one we wrote or sold. And so that is going to be a credit put spread. We're going to bring in more for the 75 than we paid out. So this is a credit put spread. And that means we do not want the difference in the premiums to widen. We would want it to narrow. All right, so we need 1 and 2, not 3. Okay, let's do the reveal on our last one. It looks like here we're writing the 30 call. 30 call has a greater premium. So we're going to bring in more for the 30 than we paid out for the 40. This is a very smart person here. This is called a credit call spread, and this is way smarter than doing a naked call, for example. And so the answer to the question is Roman numeral 1 and Roman numeral 2, because in both of those, we ended up paying out more than we brought in, and that's a debit position. A debit, we're buying the spread. And so the answer is 1 and 2. I think that's the most difficult kind of a question you can get. I have a whole video on this kind of game, identifying spreads. I'll link it so you can check it out. Remember, inch by inch, your exam is a cinch. Yard by yard, your exam is hard. And I will see you for the next explication request.